We are live. We are live. I got the two head honchos here while I'm Ian Gaines. Have Lamar Wilson and Isaiah Jackson. And we wanted to get together to talk about Demo Day. We've held it many times in the past where we call it the 20K Demo Day.
Rings.
We say, oh, okay. So the 20K demo day, getting finalists together to share their entrepreneurial sort of ideas, and really it comes down to the best man or woman wins. And we've had great winners in the past. Shout out to Kim Booker with the BTC Impact. I remember that was one of my favorites, where has a project where she installs Bitcoin miners into Section 8 housing, right? So tenants could sort of generate wealth while they're, living in housing, right? And have that work towards, a first-time home ownership. So that's the type of sort of businesses and Black-owned businesses that we have supported in the past. So it's a high bar. It's a high bar to reach, and that's enabled through Black Bitcoin Billionaires. So we have another one coming up in September at the Blackout Conference. So I got Lamar and Isaiah here to talk about it.
Oh yeah, glad to be here. Definitely.
Muted,
I think Lamar's muted.
Yeah, my bad.
He was so excited, he had to get it out. He was muted the mic.
What's going on, man? Yeah, I'm so excited, man. This demo day is getting close to being one of our last ones, man. We've given out over $80,000 worth of Bitcoin, depending on what the price was at the time, but it's $20,000 at a time, and I'm extremely excited because this is going to be another in-person event where we're going to give it out in Miami. I think the spirit led me to make sure that the two people that came got 20,000 of Bitcoin a piece. So we wound up giving 40,000 out in Miami, and this time it's going to be interesting. Zay came up with this idea. Him and my wife came up with this idea to do auditions, almost like what's it called? American Idol.
American Idol.
Yeah. So Zay, talk about it, man. Talk about the auditions and all that, man. Like,
oh yeah, it was American Idol without Simon Cowell. I promise you, we won't kill your ideas and make your life's work seem futile. But it'll definitely be a great experience for any entrepreneurs that want to get to the space. And this is the best part about it, is that when me and Lamar were first talking about Demo Day a while ago, we realized we can't rely on other people. We got to do it ourselves. So it's great to see that we've come this far. We've given money to multiple businesses and Bitcoin-based businesses being able to flourish, not only in the broader community, but in the Black community as well. So glad to see that. And of course, Demo Day, we don't want anybody to show up nervous and think we're going to be there, just messing with your ideas. In fact, even if we don't choose it, look at American Idol. Hey, a lot of them got some good record deals, even though they didn't win. I mean, there's plenty of them to go down the line. So getting that idea out there, getting some feedback from us, and being able to interact with these entrepreneurs and basically discuss the ideas that they have is always great.
Yeah, man, I think the biggest part of it is that we had so many applications, and now we're getting down to the end of the Bitcoin, that we wanted to give everybody the biggest opportunity possible to actually participate. Excuse me. I think that's the part that I think is extremely important about this one, is that all the others, like, we kind of picked them out, based on their videos, based on what we saw. We put them in a group to be able to come and present. But this time you get to make it on your own, which the applications are open right now. I think right now, if you go to the third post on blackbitcoinbillionaire.com, again, that's blackbitcoinbillionaire.com. If you go to that third post, there's a link to the application. Anybody who fills out an application is allowed to pitch. Anybody. We'll sit there. We're gonna get us some sandwiches, some wings or something, and we're gonna sit there and go through it with you guys, and then we'll pick 3 to actually present to the crowd at the conference, at the Blackout Conference. We'll pick 3 people, and I think that's, man, I can't wait, man. I love them. I ain't gonna lie to you. From the beginning, I have been loving the freaking demo days, man. They always been dope, man. Every time.
every
Well,
single time.
you guys are experienced. So, for those who are thinking about participating, could you give some wisdom of how to effectively communicate their business? What should they make sure that they hit, in their, sort of speech? I think they have about, is it 10 minutes or 5 minutes? How
Yeah.
long is the
Everybody gets 7 minutes and then
7
3
minutes?
minutes of questions. So we
Okay.
try to keep the whole entire show to about 30 minutes.
So what
At
should they
most
make sure to
45.
hit within those 7 minutes? Some high level bullet points. Yeah.
Yeah, I think problem. Like you got to be able to say what the problem is. You got to be able to provide a solution or tell what the solution is. And then you got to prove to us why you are the one that can bring about that solution. Like I think that's really in a nutshell what it is. Like
Yeah.
be able to address and discuss the problem, be able to like provide a solution, and then say why you're the best and your company is the best to actually provide that solution or execute that solution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head with the basics of it. Don't get too complicated. Don't try and get into the inner workings of a lot of the under the hood tech and a lot of the planning. The basic thing is create a solution to a problem. Don't create a problem with a solution, because
Right.
we often see that a lot in the Bitcoin and crypto world. People will make up a problem that doesn't even exist yet and say, well, I got a solution for it. And you may just be forward thinking, or you may just have a product that's not viable for the market right now, because with most companies, you're solving something that somebody has a problem with. And then I will also say, when you're giving your pitch, the main thing is not to necessarily use the how can I say this? You don't have to use the best rhetoric, so to say, in order to try and do it. Oftentimes I've heard pitches where people are trying to like out TI you in vocabulary, and it's like, make it as simple as possible, my man. Like honestly, that is the best way to go. Sounding smart to us doesn't impress me or Lamar or really anybody. But what does sound good is very simple problem solution that can go and fit to the product market right now. So I would say definitely do that within that time period.
All right. So they don't have to use the word expeditiously.
Yeah, you ain't got to use every word with 17 syllables. You don't have to try and describe to us, every protocol down to the bare bones. Trust me, we are looking for simple, because we can get to the, under the hood later. But if the product is solving a problem, I promise you'll get further ahead with simplicity.
Right, man. And the thing is, for everybody, like we've had some great advice from some of our judges for some of the people to move on, right? Even if they didn't win the 20K, they got incredible advice, incredible insight from people who have done this before. I've raised money from VC in the past, so I'm going to give you some notes. You know what I'm saying? Zay definitely has invested in a lot of people. He's a VC pretty much himself, so he has investments that he's made. Look, Zay's like, don't tell everybody yet. Yeah, keep that low, bro. But but Zay, you know what I'm saying? I've invested in people as well, but it's like at the end of the day, we hope to give value, like add value to people. So yeah, man. But I think a lot of people, number one, man, I don't think a lot of people have even heard of a conference like this where we like have, not only do we have like amazing speakers, but we also are giving away $20,000 to companies right in the middle. Like right at lunchtime, you're gonna get to pinch at lunchtime and maybe walk away after lunch with not only some food in your belly, but some Bitcoin in your wallet. You feel what I'm saying?
Hey man, win-win, man. What's more than that?
No, this is amazing because, at where I'm at right now with Bitcoin Policy Institute, the three key areas we always talk about is financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and having a network, having, career pathways. And in this conference, you hit all three, having the network, entrepreneurship, and career pathways. So we're going to have people on the panel to share about their journey and how they got into cryptocurrency, how they got into Bitcoin, how they got jobs in Bitcoin, how can you sort of follow the same footsteps, whether you have entrepreneurial aspirations or, man, you just want to kick it, just we got that too. I don't want to leave that out. We're gonna kick back like just an old cookout, but we have our people and we're here and we're connected. So that's something that is needed within the Bitcoin community to make sure that when you reach out, you have somebody to connect with, and you have a home. You have people who are like-minded, and this is what this conference is all about. And we can play dominoes.
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing too. It's in my hometown of Charlotte, so I got a few backyards we can hit. You want to play dominoes? You want to play spades? I might have a big cookout. I might get grandma out there. You never know. Got mom waiting. So trust me, it's in my backyard. Got plenty to do in Charlotte.
Yes, sir, man. I can't wait to even have this VIP session. So I was showing some of the website right now. I don't know if people have seen a Bitcoin conference that looks like this from a speaker perspective.
First one ever.
Killers.
Look at that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all see who's on? Y'all see how many people with melanin in their skins on this picture? Like,
you do not see this often.
Yeah, we got women, we got brown folk, black folk. Like, it's not a game, man. And this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to make sure that there is a different avenue for everybody. And here's the part that I think that kind of bothers me sometimes, though, is that Zay and I, you know what? I'm going to do this. Zay and I have been dealing with the opposite of this for a very long time. And we never complain. Like, we go to these events. Like, let me check this out. Check this out. Let me show you the opposite. Look at this. Look at this group of speakers right here. Now you're going to see one person that you recognize, but look at the group of speakers. This is what normally happens at a Bitcoin conference. Like, let's just be all the way real. Like, do you see that? Like, let's show you. Let's see if we can say one of these people is not like the other. Let's see. Oh,
there it is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, you know that guy? I know that guy. But that's what I'm saying, man. Like, think about it. This is what Zay and I have been dealing with for a very long time. Mm-hmm. But when you do it the other way, you find that some of our what's the word? Counterparts, let's say that, when you ask them to come to our conference, they don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Like me and Zay, we can say we never felt comfortable about coming to these other ones for a very long time. Like, do you not feel comfortable because the group of individuals that are there are, mainly black folk?
Yeah, and the main message is Bitcoin. And since it's for everybody, you should be able to go anyway. Shout out to Liz Parrish. Her and her brother Jacob. Jacob actually started the first Bitcoin group meetup I ever went to. Was here in Charlotte, 2014. Yes. So it's Liz Parrish is on there. Shout out to her. And again, different skin tone, no fear, nothing going on. It's just Bitcoin. And the main thing is, I'm not content, just like Lamar, I'm not content being the only black. Like, some people are like, I'm special. I'm the only black. I'm not content with that, because again, if we're going for mainstream and trying to impact everybody, that means nothing. What means good to me is seeing different faces that may have never, ever heard the words inflation, talked about the Federal Reserve, never talked about the history of money, don't know anything about cryptography or proof of work or blockchain, but in 2 days they can leave there with more information than they've learned in their entire life. And I'm serious about that there are some people that have never learned about how financial systems work, how anything like Bitcoin works, and in 2 days you can basically have these people to the point where they can take that next step. So that's why I'm glad to see it. And of course, when you look at the demographics, we always talk about this for everybody, but me and Lamar have been to so many. I lost count how many conferences I've been to. It was like I'm a flying milk. Cool, but it's just me.
It's just Lamar. Yeah. The craziest part is that we've gone on this far, and that's why Black Bitcoin Billionaire is so important, because we can elevate the voices of people who normally don't get elevated. I'm gonna show y'all a guy. Like, look, let me go back. I'm gonna show you a guy that people don't know how important he is in this game. Y'all see this guy, Jamal James? How many times have you seen him?
Never see him. One of the biggest developers in the entire space.
Right. From a Lightning Network perspective, he has built a tool that probably most of the people dealing with Lightning, they use his tool. But yet, how many times do you get him to even talk? Like nobody ever really invites him out to come speak, and he's dynamic. He's of course been through Black Bitcoin Billionaires several times, but it's like, come on, man. Like these are the things that bother me sometimes because me and Zay will go anywhere and speak. We don't ever look at it and go, oh, it's uncomfortable because we're the only ones gonna be there, right? So we would love for those people who are down with us that don't look like us to look at this and not be intimidated. I not feel like they're not welcome. Because here's the thing: hip hop was built in the Bronx, New York, by Black and brown people, right?
Right.
But to say that it's only for Black and brown people is to miss the entire influence of hip hop and how it has changed the entire landscape in the world. So when you see Black Bitcoin Billionaires, it is built and created by Black people, right?
Yeah.
But it's for everybody. And we've shown that on Clubhouse, but it's like it's a different environment when it comes to coming to the actual conference. And I want to be able to make a conference that is all inclusive. It just happens to have more Black and brown voices than you normally used to seeing. We want to be able to elevate those people so that when we look at stages like what I just showed you, when we look at conferences like what I just showed you, where Zay's the only Black person on the entire look, I'm showing you a whole group of individuals that know what the heck they're talking about right here, right? But none of these people are there except for Zay. And it's easy to get me or Zay or Bitcoin Vegan because guess what? We've been around for a long time. We're more palatable. But what about all the other, especially like the beautiful women that are out here, the jump out girls that be on Kirby Crypto, on the Gentleman of Crypto's channel on YouTube? What about Charlene Federico, right? What about these people who are that wrote Bitcoin and American Dream with myself, Jimmy Song, Pete Rizzo? You know what I'm saying? Like, what about these people? What's so funny? A few of my co-authors are at the same conference with Zay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the times,
right? But they didn't invite Charlene.
Yeah, They look at you and Zay as okay. We check the box. All right, we check the minority box or whatever box, and it's like okay, we don't have to deal with anybody else. We got Isaiah this time, or we got Lamar. Either, but it's our industry and our community is so big, and as we was talking about before, like we got folks who are working on the Lightning Network, folks who are working on mining, entrepreneurs. I'm working here in Capitol Hill, right? So on the political side, advocacy side. So we are represented everywhere. And what bugs me out is that Black people are disproportionately represented in cryptocurrency in general, right? So 44% of the people who own cryptocurrency are people of color. 30% of Black investors own cryptocurrency versus only 17% of white investors. Why is that news not getting out there? Since we are already here in this space, right? Like we deserve to have this platform and we deserve to speak, because we're the ones who are actually moving the needle in this industry. But
yeah, and I mean, we definitely got to hit home that it's not separation, it's celebration. We're literally showing you different faces. You don't have to get the same people at conferences because I know Lamar has seen this. When you go to enough conferences, it's just like a family reunion at that point. You see the same people, talk about the same stuff. What you been doing last year? And then the thing is, I'm listening to some of these people, and a lot of the things that they've done in the space was, 8 years ago. Nothing else since. Don't really care about, how things are progressing. They're just like, oh yeah, this is good. This is cool. But we have a lot of younger people who are coming up who are 4 or 5 years in the game who have seen how things work. And we're trying to promote these people because they're very intelligent, very smart. And like you just stated, demographically, we should be overrepresented at a lot of these conferences because we're the ones that have the highest demographic that are accepting Bitcoin and cryptocurrency or increase in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And then on top of that, who is making it cool right now? Who out there is making Bitcoin and crypto become cool? It's us. It's our community. It's the people we work with. It's the entertainers, rappers, athletes. It's a lot of the big name social people that come to us and then they go out into the world, and that's what makes it cool for other people. So when you talk about adoption, there is no other group that I've seen that, especially the people we have listed, which is some great, amazing speakers that have helped with adoption more than us. Other people may be smart. They may have good projects, but as far as adoption, getting out into these streets and getting people face to face and getting them to understand, nobody is out doing that. So it's not separation, it's celebration.
Man, it's crazy. somebody said to me, they said, Lamar, like, I think it might even have been vegan. He said, Lamar, Black Bitcoin Billionaires took Bitcoin mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, before that, like, who was like, there's nothing more mainstream than the Breakfast Club, right?
Right.
It's like, before that, was anybody getting on the Breakfast Club? Like, we get on each other's podcasts and we kind of get on other Bitcoin podcasts, and I get on Gentleman Crypto, and right. But what has taken it, and I think Ian might even said it, like, what has taken, how did me and Zay were on freaking 85 South?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
the culture. Yeah.
Right, we hitting the culture where the culture is, and that ain't necessarily just focused on finance or Bitcoin. And like Zay been everywhere. I always call Zay Jordan. I always call him he's the Jordan. I'm Charles Barkley. I just get rebounds. I might score a little bit, talk a little bit crap. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, when we think about it, it's like, we know the power that we have as far as being influential and being to bring people on, and the way I'm gonna tell y'all this: Black Bitcoin Billionaire changed the way Bitcoin is taught to people as well, like from a loving spirit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've seen it change in the space. People started becoming more patient because Black Bitcoin Billionaires was patient. The mods on Black Bitcoin Billionaire was patient, right?
Yeah,
we saw it. Everybody saw that happen in real time. We might not get credit for it, but anybody who knows what the deal was when we started educating in large groups like that. And that's the reason why Black Bitcoin Billionaires is the biggest on Clubhouse right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So with that said, it's like, you can come and learn from us on Clubhouse, but what we would love for you to do is come meet us in person, because the same love exists, and we always have a good time. Like, I ain't been to a Black Bitcoin Billionaire get together, even when we be at the Black Blockchain Summit with my man Sinclair. Every time we done got together, it is a time. You know what I'm saying? You know how that little meme says, we had a time last night. Ooh, we had a time. That's how it is every time we get together, and we would love to welcome everybody out. And it's real easy to get your ticket, man. Like, as you can see, I got it up on the screen right now. You can see we do have a title sponsor of Fold. Shout out to Fold, been down since Fold been down. You did.
Shout out Fold. Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Fold. Shout out to Foundry. I think we have some connects at Foundry. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Cash App. Right? Shout out to the people that always support us. And for the demo day, shout out to Kraken. We haven't put them up on the site just yet, but Kraken's been the supporter of the demo day since the jump. So shout out to all of them, man. I think I'm just excited, bro. I always love getting the Black Bitcoin Billionaire stuff. I love getting us together. Everybody has a good time. People be dressed to the nines. They be looking good. Look at this. I'm going to just show y'all some of the smiles. Look at this picture right here. We at brunch. Y'all see that? Everybody cheesing, grins ear to ear. We was in there dancing, having a good time. People ate, pretty good breakfast. I ain't going to.
Took a little long, but
took a little bit. Yeah, it took a little bit, but it gave us more time to be together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really is that kind of experience, man. And if you look, like, you got my man right here. Look, you see this guy over here to the far right? That's Mr. G. Mr. G, because we met there, he was up in Harlem driving around his truck getting his money. He realized we was at the Rucker. He jumps out his truck, come over there, hit me up and talk. Like, that's what kind of family we building out here, man. Oh, yeah. This is what kind of thing that we trying to build. So everybody, if y'all want to be involved, make sure y'all go to the blackout.xyz. I try to make the URL real easy, the blackout.xyz. And if you want to get 20% off, you can see it down at the bottom. Save 20% off by using Zay's code, the blackout.xyz/BBBZay. You know what I'm saying, man?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Ian, you got any more questions for us? I'm hyped. You see, I'm hyped. I done got myself worked up.
Oh, yeah, I'm hyped too. I mean, hey, like I said, it's in my backyard. I can't wait to, have everybody here in Charlotte and see some of the things we do down here. But I mean, like I said, we might get too hyped, start adding in some more events. We might have to throw in a 3-point. I got a gym. We can go have a 3-point contest. We can do a bunch of stuff. That's what I'm saying.
We got the meet and greet on Friday, which is like a networking event.
That's what I was going to ask. If you can walk us through the days.
Yeah, I'll walk you through the day. Yeah, that's cool. So 6 to 9 on Friday at the illustrious, amazing, Zay hooking us up with the people in Charlotte. That's his hometown. 1501 which is real close to the stadium. It's right there. Would you consider that uptown too, Zay? Since it's so close.
Yep, right down the street from Uptown. Yep.
Right. Yes. Right in Uptown. 1501. Matter of fact, DJ Envy was just there, I think, last week.
Yeah.
Like the 1501 is that kind of spot. So we come through, we have a meet and greet, everybody get together, we, chill, kick back, get some drinks if you drink, whatever, hang out. The next day is the educational day. And it's also the day for the Duke Mayo Classic. So if you in town, there's going to be all kinds of stuff to do anyway, because North Carolina A&T and North Carolina Central will be there, which means that town going to be full of black people.
I was about to say, that's about as black as it gets in Charlotte. Hey, Duke Mayo come down. We all know what's up.
You know what time it is. So that next day is literally the conference. You'll get great education with these great panelists, great speakers. At lunchtime is the demo day. While you eating lunch, you get to sit back and listen to some pitches. They out here pitching for their life. By the time they finish, like I said, they're going to be full of food and full of Bitcoin. Somebody going to have a wallet full of Bitcoin. Maybe even get one Bitcoin depending on the price, which would be crazy.
Yeah.
After that, we finish out the day. And I think right now we're trying to have a closing keynote with the OGs of the Black Bitcoin game, which is Isaiah Jackson, Bitcoin Vegan, and I'm going to be moderated. Because we're going to try to explain to y'all why we still hold, man, and why we've held this long. Like that mindset. So it's going to be, I think it's just going to be an amazing thing. But here's the thing. It don't stop there. Because after it's over, you're going to go back to your room. You can go back and wash up, change your clothes, and then come back down. And we're going to have a family game night. It's going to be some dominoes. It's going to be some spades. It's going to be some Uno. What rules we decide on when we get there, we'll figure that out. Because I know
you gotta hash it out before.
Yeah, everybody got their own rules.
People start
having rules on the website.
Yeah,
you gotta lay down the ground rules before you start.
We're gonna have taboo. Like we just gonna have a big game night with all of us being able to have a good time. Some tournaments they're gonna have rewards and prizes attached to them, and then the rest of it is just having a good time. Get a few drinks, a little food, a little cocktail. I'm trying to get a good live act to come through that I've met through Black Bitcoin Billionaires again. Man, listen, it's gonna be a time. And then on Sunday, if you want to hang around, we're going to try to have a little breakfast for those people that are still there. But it's really a 2.5 day event, more like a family reunion so people can get back for Labor Day and still be able to experience Labor Day with their family back at the crib, man. It's going to be that kind of
event. Mark, let me throw in there too for some of the other people who may not want to be a part of game night, or that you play a little bit and you leave. We'll be at the Cigar Lounge. It's downtown.
Oh yeah.
Havana Cigar Lounge. Meet us there. We'll be there that evening. Great place to hang out. Outdoors, 3 stories, bar upstairs, everything. So it's walking distance from Embassy Suites. So you can walk over there. I'll be there with a few other people signing books, and me and Vegan will be signing books, and then we'll have everybody there that either comes from the game night because it may be younger.
You go back and forth.
Go back and forth. That's what I'm saying. So a lot going on, and then of course, like you said, with A&T Central game on the same weekend, there's a slew of things to do outside of the events there. So you can stay Saturday, stay Sunday. Sunday is going to be fun too. Brunch time is going to be great. And if you stick around, we'll probably have a small meetup of people that stick around. So Havana Cigars, and I'll make sure we get that on the website as well.
Yeah, definitely got to get that
a lot of fun, a lot of education, and definitely want to make this annual.
The night belongs to chilling. That's the idea. We just want to be able to enjoy one another's company, have a good time, keep everything close proximity so you can move back and forth. You can go over, get a couple cigars, come over, play some spades, put some money down on dominoes, just, whatever you want to do. I don't know what you're going to do. Play Tonk. If y'all here playing Tonk for Satoshis, that'll be some new stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm over naming games that black folk definitely know. You know what I'm saying?
Tonk for Satoshis.
Tonk for Satoshis. We ain't using pennies. So yeah, man. So Roddy said cigars. Heck yeah. E. Debnam said I love cigars for sure. So the cigar night gonna be on and pop. Hey,
we're gonna be out there. All my fellow connoisseurs.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Like, listen, I appreciate y'all, man. Like, I can't wait. I'm gonna stop before I get going again. Go ahead, Ian. Go ahead. Ian.
You walked us through like the days, and from my point of view, so I came to BBB in 2020. I know that you're saying like the conference is a chill deal, we're just getting together, hanging out. But guys, you're going to see the heavy hitters of Bitcoin, right? All in one place from our community, right? I started out writing articles in 2020. Zay and Lamar was like, "Oh, you can actually write. You got some bars. Like, what else? What else you can do?" And that took it to doing interviews at conferences and meeting folks at Bitcoin conferences, and ultimately that led to a full-time job. And I'm always sort of like indebted to you guys. I always just bow down because you guys sort of opened that pathway and that groundwork for a person like me who was not a part of the Bitcoin industry. I was just such a fan and just doing self-teaching and exploration. But when I found the BBB community, I was like, oh, this is a place where I can call home. This is a place where no matter what, I can go back to and we can kick it and I feel comfortable. And that led to opportunities. So it was through BBB, so we're going to chill and kick back and hang out, but also know that you're going to be amongst the heavy hitters in this space too. So it's
I might be heavy. I don't know what I'm hitting though. You know what I'm saying? No, but Ian, I appreciate you. And I want to say this. I was on Dadu's show the other day, another great writer that has come through the BBB. I want to give you your flowers, Ian, since we on this show right now. You said that. Yeah, you've used the BBB, but you've done the work. Like BBB is just a platform. It's like being at Coachella or something. We give you the stage. You still got to go out there and get busy and perform, right? And so what you did was you utilized the platform to elevate your profile, which is what all I've ever wanted to do. That's why we got all of these dang on speakers coming. People that nobody's never heard of, but we know they know what they're talking about because we sat and listen to them for a whole year. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We want to highlight these people because they got just as much information or even more than some of the people that are on these stages. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so shout out to you, Ian, for being such a great, diligent individual, working with us, being the media director for Black Bitcoin Billionaire, putting up articles, writing amazing pieces. You got bars. Yeah, we can say you got bars, bro. You got bars. We appreciate you, man, at Black Bitcoin Billionaire, and the fact that you moved on and able to work in the industry. Like you said, people didn't even know you in the industry, and now you're in a very prominent role within the Bitcoin space. And that's what happens when we start to elevate different viewpoints. People who nobody knows about, who understand the subject matter, but they just never had a voice until we come together as a unit and come together as one. Once we start understanding how powerful we are together, that's what happens. Everybody can, it ain't about Black Bitcoin Billionaire. It's about the fact that Black Bitcoin Billionaire establishes a foundation for people like Ian to shine bright, man. So he can go off and make some bread and get high ceilings. Y'all hear all that echo in that man's crib? That dude making that money. You hear me? Exactly. That dude getting that skrill. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Fish don't burn in the kitchen type skrill. Y'all hear it?
No, you know what I'm saying? It honestly was through y'all. It's 100% through BBB. So it's BBB forever. And I will like to say this, Lamar, you're not Charles Barkley. If Zay is MJ, you gotta be Magic. You came before. Hey,
I'll take it.
And you give up the assists. You know how to do assists. You make it flashy.
Yeah, and I got you. I'll take Magic. Then I drop the dimes. You know what I'm saying?
Hey Zay, man, I wish I was Michael so I can get the Hornets together because we looking terrible every year. Jesus Christ.
See, that's what's so funny. We didn't even put nothing in about Charlotte sports. You know what I'm saying? We said the Duke Mayo Classic. Mm-hmm. But if you are in town and you've never experienced a Black HBCU type of a classic, right? There's going to be step shows. There's going to be stroll-offs.
There's going to be Greeks everywhere.
Yeah, Greeks everywhere. You're going to hear Ufi, Bukai, Top Pie, 19012. Like, you're going to hear all of these things. People just yelling down the street, and you're going to feel a certain energy in the city. And I'm so glad to be coming to, because that's what I'm saying. I wanted to come to Zay's hometown. Let's do it in Zay's backyard.
Let's do
it. You know what I'm saying? Let's come to his hometown. Let's utilize the fact that his mom is an OG and she basically runs the city. You feel me?
Yeah.
Shout out to Mama Jackson.
She know
You know what
everybody
I
out
mean?
there.
Mama Jackson. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that. And then because here's the thing, we do this right. Charlotte then will become the place that we kind of come to, like Miami's like the mecca for like overall Bitcoin. Let's make Charlotte one of these places. The same way BitBlock Boom is on the West, let's do it on the East Coast and
Yeah.
allow people to have a great place to come. And we just know we're gonna meet up there like we've been meeting up in Miami every year. The Miami stuff been so chill, man. I seen somebody rolling some good stuff in Miami the last time we was there.
You see that every time.
You know what I'm saying?
But
so it's like, hey man, listen, thank you, Ian, for doing this. Ian's definitely gonna be one of the moderators. He's our Walter Cronkite, you know what I'm saying? Our Barbara Walters. You feel me? Him and Dadu, they're gonna be running a bunch of these panels. So I look forward to them. They like I told Dadu, Ian, you're not just a great writer, you're a good journalist. True. Like broadcast journalist, the whole nine, man. So hats off to you, what you've been able to do. But I don't know how we finding all these amazingly talented people, but thank you. Like real talk. Thank you from my heart, bro. Appreciate you, Ian, man, for just holding it down, bro.
And being an example as well, because we tell people all the time, Bitcoin is not you getting rich overnight.
Yes, sir.
You can actually join the Bitcoin ecosystem and work in this and build it up. Imagine if you were building the internet from 92 up to now. We have so many more real black billionaires walking around right now, and that's what we're doing. So you're gonna be definitely an example that people see where they're like, I'm dollar cost averaging, I'm in projects, but I also got a job. I mean, speaking of my brother, he just got a job at Kraken.
Hey,
that's what I'm
saying.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
Your
so
little
people, my middle brother,
your middle brother,
the one that's right under me.
Turn up, bro.
That's what I'm telling people. I'm like, he wants to be involved in Bitcoin. I've been talking about it all this time, but he's like, I'm not deep in it like you, but he works for Kraken now, and I got a cousin that's about to try and work for an exchange as well as a accountant. So it's take your skills, apply them to the Bitcoin world. We can all build it together. So shout out to you, Ian, for being. And as
these companies grow, you'll be in a position to grow with the company and be in positions like Ian running things up there right now.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how much.
Listen, you can't have all that echo in your house and people not think you running things.
It's creating that network, like because I can hit up Isaiah. It was like, oh, we're thinking about doing this financial literacy, program or something like that. And toss up that assist to Isaiah, who tosses up assist to Lamar. You guys had the Bitcoin Academy, so let's just keep it all together.
Let me tell you something.
Have that network where we can hit up each other.
People don't know this. Zay is the reason why all of this stuff from the Cash App side even got going, because Zay was already connected to Jack. And the way me and Zay have always been, we just hook each other up with whatever. If Zay needs something, I hit him. We just always like it. So Zay wound up hooking me up with Jack. Then we wind up hooking up with Cash App to do the Satoshi Millionaire Challenge. And from there, all of this stuff came because Zay, I'm going to give Zay his flowers. Because real talk, because Zay had a spirit of team. Like, everybody don't have a spirit of team. Too many people out here trying to get it for themselves. But as you've seen how me and Zay work together, Ian, you've been in the background. We just be throwing stuff to each other. Why? Because Zay can get his own bread. I can get my own bread. But when we work together, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Zay. Shout out to King Bless. Like, what they've been doing. And the most consistent Bitcoin forum podcast in the history of Bitcoin. I don't care what nobody says.
History ever. Yeah, we coming up on show 1,000.
1,000.
We got show.
Bro, y'all out here like Law and Order. You know what I'm saying? Y'all out here.
We got a few seasons. Oh yeah.
Right, bro. So man. Shout out to them, man. Look, somebody said, let me read that. Rod Garrett said, y'all are making history with every milestone. This is great to see. My son is going to college to be educated in the tech space. That's what's up, man.
That's dope, and that's what we want. Like I said, we use the platform. Hey, jump off from there, and then if you have any type of skill that is valuable in the future, it will be attached to Bitcoin. I can tell you that. That's the one guarantee I give you is like if you work in Bitcoin, you will find a skill that's profitable in the future. You're not gonna get rich overnight, but I promise you'll be just fine. Middle class, on up from there, but you'll be just fine.
Low time preference. You hear Zay keep saying you're not gonna be rich overnight. This is gonna give you a low time preference, so you ain't out here trying to like be greedy, but over time, its seed gonna grow into a beautiful tree. And with that, man, y'all ready to end it, man? This is perfect. The time went like it's perfect.
Smooth.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I'm super excited. So let's go ahead and end it now before we go on for 3 hours.
Yeah, I know.
Before you end,
with the cigar.
Tell them about the auditions. What times?
Oh yeah, the auditions.
Yeah.
So the auditions are Thursday, September the 1st. You will arrive at 11. The auditions happen from 12 to 2:30 in Embassy Suites Uptown. And my wife told me to make sure y'all knew that for those people who are coming for the auditions, go ahead and get your half off tickets right now. And plane tickets are so cheap into Charlotte. And to be honest, that was one of the other reasons. I was like, look, Charlotte got a great international airport. And if you're on the East Coast, it ain't that bad. I've seen round trip tickets from as far away as Dallas for $200 at that same weekend.
Yeah, it's super cheap. Yeah.
So $200 round trip. I talked to a dude from New York. He said he got 2 round trip tickets for him and his fiance. He's bringing his boo-boo out. You know what I'm saying? For $230 round trip for 2 tickets. So hurry up and get your tickets now so that while they cheap, come on through. We at the Embassy Suites Uptown. The auditions will be September the 1st at 11 a.m. It'll start at 12. You'll get me, Zay, and maybe my wife, but it'll be mostly me and Zay. And we're going to go through everybody that shows up, man. We're going to go through everybody that shows up so y'all can get an opportunity. So thanks, Ian, for reminding me about that, man.
Can't wait. Can't wait, guys. I'm going to
Can't
get my
wait, bro.
minutes, probably a little bit of itis. And
it'll all be worth it. It'll all be worth it. Try to get these companies funded, definitely.
Yeah. And with that said, man, like we always say, I'm going to go ahead and sign us off. Listen, y'all know what we do here at Black Bitcoin Billionaire. All I want to say is live love, love life. If you live love, you'll love your life, man. And we'll see y'all next time.